Here's a quick tutorial on how to very quickly create a PowerPoint slideshow that you might use for your daily diary, and then how to include that daily diary file or multiple files in your children's portfolio so that they can go onto the CDs at the end of the year for the children. So firstly, we start off with a folder of photos. So photos that you may have organized into a folder for a specific day or event, and here they are sitting in this folder. So you open up PowerPoint, and instead of inserting images one by one, as you may have done in the past, or you may do at the moment, what you do is choose the Insert option and insert a photo album. So rather than a single file, we insert a photo album. And this allows you to browse to any folder on your computer, and you can search for that folder that you've created. So I've got one here called Warrandyte, which contains all my photos. And then you can select all the photos you want, and I'm doing that by holding down Shift, clicking the first one, holding down Shift and clicking the last one, and insert those. And they'll appear in this field here, in Pictures in the Album. Now you can rearrange these by using the buttons here, and there's different options you can use to rotate images, etc. if you need to. Now you can also choose some different options here. You may have up to 4 pictures laid out automatically, and you can choose to have titles as well, right through to 4 pictures with a title. So I'll go for the 4 pictures option. Alright, so it's just going to lay them out on a screen like that with 4 pictures. And you can also choose to include captions with all pictures. So if I click that on, when I create this presentation, it now automatically inserts all my photos with their captions. So obviously it's just used the captions from the photo file name, but then that allows you to then insert your own caption. Okay, so that's up to you whether you include captions with your photos. You may just insert photos, or you may just insert photos as full screen photos. So now we have this PowerPoint presentation. It has a title page. You may wish to get rid of the title page, so you can just right click on that and hit delete. So delete that slide. And now we just have a PowerPoint presentation very quickly made with titles. What you do now is save this PowerPoint presentation, save as a PPS file. And I actually recommend a PPS PowerPoint 97 2003 because anyone will be able to view that PowerPoint slideshow. So select that as the type, and you'd call that week 1, day 1. Alright, and hit save, so it's going to save to my documents library. Save. So you'll end up with a collection of those. If you've got your children 2 days a week or 3 days a week, then you might have one of those for each of those days. So by the end of the year, you're going to end up with maybe 50 or 50 to 100 of those. Now in ClassMon, you can insert up to 60 links that aren't related to observations. So first thing is you could insert an observation, and then under the work samples, if it was just for one child, then you can browse to that PPS file and insert that as an observation. Or you could insert that as an observation work sample in a multiple observation. But if it's completely unrelated to an observation, it's just a daily reflection, then you choose the links button down the bottom and you browse to that file. So we'll browse, and we call that week. There it is, week 1, day 1. So we insert that as a file, and that will now get copied into ClassMon as a file. And you'll see that pop up. There it is there. We can put a description in. The daily reflection, blah, 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 blah. Okay, done. And then we can save that to all the children or any number of the children. So if it was only a reflection that was for a group of children, then you select those children. I'll select them all and hit apply and close that. Now, nothing happens. It just associates that PPS file with all the children that you've selected. So at the end of the year, if you choose to create a portfolio for the children, so I'm selecting, I've got Adam selected here. When I create that portfolio, it now copies that PowerPoint file along with all the observation material into Adam's portfolio. So here it is here. And when we go to this links button, we now have this link here for the daily diary. Now, if you've added 50 daily diaries, they'll be just a long scrolling list, and each button will have the name that you've defined when you added that file. So when they click the link, it will just open up that PowerPoint slideshow. Now, just a couple of tips. This slideshow, we didn't put any sort of automatic play or automatic transition in. So the user, the family member, will have to click to progress through the slides. I'm going to give you a couple of tips now in PowerPoint on how to make that happen automatically. So we'll just escape there and go back to our PowerPoint presentation. If you select all the slides, so if I click the first slide in the left-hand panel here, and then scroll down to the last one, click the last, hold down Shift and click the last, that shows all the slides highlighted as yellow. Now, if we go to our transition tab up here, then we can choose to crossfade those. Alright, so each slide will have a transition via a crossfade. Now, we can make the advancement of the slide happen after a certain amount of seconds. So if we want each slide to stay on the screen for 4 seconds, then we can just highlight, if I can, highlight the 0 and choose 4 seconds, and that will automatically apply that to each slide. So if we now preview the slideshow by clicking the slideshow button, it will automatically run the slideshow and transition after 4 seconds from each photo. And the final tip I'll give you is when making we'll just start a new one, we'll do a new slideshow. Alright, so we're going to make a new photo album. So again, I'll just grab some of those same photos. That will do, and insert those. When you set that up, however you set that up, whether it's 2 pictures, 4 pictures, or full page, you can actually choose a theme for the slideshow. So if you click the Browse button, so if you want to make them a bit more colourful, then you've got a few themes here that Microsoft supply that you could use. So if we say choose a horizon theme and create that, then it will apply a template to each one. So if I now view that, you get a different look. So that allows you to get a bit more creative when creating your slideshows each day.